Hey everyone, welcome back to more Swansea City career on FIFA 14. It's been a long time coming. I can't believe that the last time I uploaded this career mode was in June, the start of June. It's been it's been a month now. How crazy is that? Time has just gone so quickly. But anyway, there is the league table just to refresh your memories. We are in 8th at the moment in the league. There's still a long way to go. Here is the group stages of the Champions League. We've already qualified. We've got one game to go, and that's going to be against Copenhagen. You know, I'm just so excited at the moment to see who we're going to be drawn against in the knockout stages. We're going to be getting some of Europe's best teams possibly coming to the Liberty Stadium. You could have, we could be drawn against Barcelona, Bayern Munich, maybe even Real Madrid. Imagine that. But at the same time, it's going to be tough, because I don't think my team is really up to progressing any further than the knockout stages. If we do, it's a bonus. But the current state of this Swansea squad that I've built, I don't think it's up to standards. I think we got off lightly in the group stages. I mean, we've already played against Copenhagen and Schalke in the past when in the group stages of the Europa League. So we did well against them. We beat them, I think, twice, or we may have drawn a couple of games against them. But it was only really Juventus that I had to worry about. And to be fair, we did a really good job against Juventus. Away from home, we managed to come away with just a point, so that's not bad. You know, especially for Swansea's first time in the Champions League. And then, of course, when they came back for that second fixture at the Liberty Stadium, they did actually smash us. So, in a way, I've got to prepare for the worst outcome. You know, if we don't get through, or get past, I should say, the knockout stages, then you've got to look on the positive side. You know, at least we got past the group stages. That's an achievement in itself. So guys, expect some amazing highlights when we do play that team in the knockout stages, because I'm going to be giving it my all. My mindset is I want to go on and actually win the competition. You know, I've done it before on FIFA, why can't I do it again? But I think with the players that I do have, I think it's going to be a bit of a hindrance, and I'm not going to be able to progress that far. But as always, I suppose we're just going to have to wait and see who we're drawn against and go from there, basically. The January transfer window is fast approaching, and I have decided I'm going to take that opportunity to clear out this team, have a clear out, and just, in a way, start afresh and have like a quick rebuild session. I think it needs to be done, really. I mean, I've looked at the state of the team, and there's some players in there where I thought, what was I thinking back then? Why did I sign him up? You know, he's not going to cut it, especially being in the Champions League. So I'll be looking to move those guys on, try and sell them, get a bit of extra cash, and then use that to bring in some top players that I know that will be easy to work with whilst playing the game, and will also put in a decent performance, and will be up for the challenge against teams like Barca and Bayern Munich. So one of my main objectives for this season was to actually put up a title challenge. As you saw the league table at the start of this episode, we are in 8th. It is still tight though, and I think we can turn it around. But again, I think I need to strengthen this team big time, and thankfully the January transfer window is just about to open. So you guys will see the start of that towards the end of this episode. Now this game against Sunderland, we were 2-1 up, and at such a late stage, Matip gives away a silly penalty. Josie Altidore, who I thought was destined to make it 2-2, smacked the ball silly, and it went into the crowd. You know, Sunderland, they had a fantastic chance to come away from that game with a solid point, but they couldn't even do that. But on go the Swans, trying our best to climb up the league table. And our next game was midweek. It was the last game of the Champions League group stages, and it was against Copenhagen away from home. In came William Carvalho to replace Kanyas, and Lacazette up front to replace Wilfred Bonney, who was looking a bit tired after that game against Sunderland on the weekend. And seeing that we've already qualified for the next round of the Champions League, I thought, well, let's rest some of our top players, like Bonney, as I've already mentioned. Shelvey was in the starting 11. You know, you can't just change the team that drastically. You can't just have a completely different team, all 11 players, completely different to what you've normally gone with. It just makes things difficult, I find, on FIFA from my past experiences. You know, it's almost as if you've got to get used to that team then. Plus, I wanted to go out on a high in the group stages. We've already beaten Copenhagen. Why couldn't we do it again? Well, it was William Carvalho that put Swansea on the right track, headed towards that outcome of winning the game against Copenhagen. Cool as you like finish from him. finding that bottom right hand corner across the front of goal. Wonderfully taken. One thing I haven't managed to do a lot of recently with Swansea is score a lot of goals, especially this season. Bonnie is our talisman, and obviously he wasn't starting this game, so we was kind of lacking up front. Alexander Lacazette tried to make it 2-0 there, but the goalkeeper got to it. And just look at this for great movement by Copenhagen. Clothermere did well to seek out Vetkele. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Form came out to meet Vetkele, and with his finesse shot, it deflected off Matip, and that just allowed Santin to get that equaliser. But there's still plenty of time in this game to come away with a win. Nathan Dyer picked out nicely down that left-hand side, drags the ball back, swings it in, and finds the head of Alexander Lacazette. Beat the goalkeeper, the ball clipped the post, and rolled in across, bounced in across the line. And Swansea 2-1 up against Copenhagen, 70th minute in. Was there enough time for Copenhagen to get another equaliser and try and come away with a solid point? But it was wonderfully taken, perfect header all around, just beating his man there. Look at the size difference there between Matip and Nathan Dyer as they hugged it out, saying well done. But we did come away with the win, 3 points, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the final Champions League group stage out the way and done with. Now, before the excitement for the transfer window opening could begin, we had to get through Arsenal first, and this was such an important game. They're battling it out for the title, so are Swansea, and over the past 2 seasons we've had a pretty good record against Arsenal. We've had a good record as well at the start of this season against some of the top sides. We've already beaten Manchester United, we've beaten Manchester City, and I think we've also beaten Chelsea somewhere down the line as well. Well, I know that we beat Chelsea a couple of times in the past 2 seasons. I'm not too sure about this season in particular. Arsenal did look very threatening early on in this game. I really thought Oxlade-Chamberlain there was going to convert that chance, that opportunity into a shot or maybe even a goal, but he wasted too much time, and so Carl Bartley came in, intercepted and stole the ball, putting an end to Arsenal's attack. Now Swansea, we were very good moving forwards. I was impressed by Patrick Herrmann's runs into the box. It's so crucial because, as you saw there, Wilfried Bony was able to make that pass and find Patrick Herrmann, but it just didn't work out. Szczesny doing a top job in between the sticks for Arsenal in this game. And to be fair to Vorm as well for Swansea, he was doing a fine job. He had a lot on his plate in this game. I mean, Arsenal, they've got an attack which consists of Diego Costa, they've got Ozil, they've got Wilshere, Walcott, Oxlade-Chamberlain, they've got Khedira, and all those players, they just seem to gel so nicely together. They take pot shots whenever possible. You know, they're supplying those crosses, those passes, and picking out those pockets of space which could potentially lead to something for Arsenal. But Swansea stayed tight at the back, very strong with Joel Matip and Carl Bartley looking like a brick wall reinforced with steel. Fantastic showing when it comes to defending there for Swansea. So we come away with a solid point from the Emirates. So anyway, with that result behind us, I had the transfer window to look forward to. My first offer came from Everton, 2.7 bid for Ruben Ferreira. This is one of those players that I don't think I'll be working with, so I decided to accept. Chelsea came in with a 2 million offer for Chico Flores. His morale, very unhappy. Again, I haven't had any use for him, so I did counter offer that bid to 3 million, see if I could get a little bit more out of Chelsea. And as you just saw, Ruben Ferreira is now officially an Everton player. Then Everton came back and they said, well, we'll take Chico off your hands as well if he's on the transfer list. We'll offer 1.7 mil. Counter offered 2 million. Let's see if we could get a bit more out of them. And then this happens. Neil Taylor will be departing the club and he will be joining Newcastle United after his contract comes to an end. Now, I wanted to start splashing the cash. I've got over 12 million to spend now. My first signing that I wanted to complete was Jonathan Vieira from Valencia. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much the end of this episode. Do stay tuned though, because there is plenty more to come from this transfer window. Trust me, there's going to be more ins and outs. It's going to be very exciting. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.